Good morning. This is the pre-market video of 2nd May 2022. Now before we dwell into the video, I'd like to remind you again about the course I had advertised on Friday last week. Over the weekend it's 50% booked, so the remainder 50% of the seats, if you're interested, then to do so, write to me on my WhatsApp number or DM me on Twitter about any questions you have, and you can enroll via the Google form that has been shared. The course will basically ensure that you learn how to trade on your own. If you still want to follow other people constantly, then that will be your choice. Now coming to today's video, today the Indian market will be very interesting because number one, we are having to account for the gap down that's going to occur as per the SGX Nifty. Plus tomorrow is a public holiday in India. Thus we'll have to account for how we believe the market will be poised on Wednesday morning as an open. So it will be very interesting to see how the dynamics work. Now before we dwell into the Nifty and Banknifty, now when I look at the American indexes, as tonight we're going to naturally follow those global cues, what I can say is that the Nasdaq is at a very important level. It still has not broken 12,700, which is the important support zone. And when we come to the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is the problematic index, as it still technically can fall up till 4,000, as that is where the next support level is at. It's right now in between two zones. It can either try to find support here, but there's a high likelihood that it can touch 4,000, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is in the same position as the Nasdaq. It's got a support zone at 33,000 that is now looking very weak. So it will be important for us to see if we break that support zone. If we do, then we are in. The global markets are in much more rough period, which will naturally cause more pain for the Indian market, as the Indian market is already very weak. The Indian economy is not faring that well as people would like to. Any realist will say openly the Indian economy is not faring that well. So now all those things are going to have an effect on the Indian market if the global cues also turn negative on us. Now when we look at the Nifty and Bank Nifty for today, basically the SGX is indicating a gap down to around 16,900 rupees. So the change of polarity support zone in the Nifty is going to get activated, and it will be very important for us to get a daily close above that change of polarity level, because if we have a bearish close below that change of polarity level, then we are in for a lot of trouble to the downside. Then we will have a good fall to the downside, whether anyone likes it or not. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that we will not fall that much after the fall we have had in the past week. But remember, we are trading within a box range. We technically have been falling within this box range only. We have been recovering a bit, then getting smashed back down. We've been recovering a bit, then getting smashed back down. The same is for the Bank Nifty. The Bank Nifty has been recovering a bit and then getting smashed back down. This is my quant volume indicator. That one clearly shows that these two candles, the Bank Nifty 19th April one and the one on 29th April, now these two 10 days apart might prove very expensive for the indexes in the coming term. So it will be very important for the Nifty specifically to hold and get a bullish close with a bullish type of candle above 16,854 or 16,820. Once we open, let's look at the quant levels so I can explain in a bit more detail how I'm looking at the trading plan for today. Yeah, now when you look at quant levels, if we open around 16,960, then the next support is 16,820 to 850. However, if you open around 16,820 to 16,850, then the next support zone is 16,720 and 16,660 and 16,520. So I will not go today. I will not be waiting for the first 15 minutes to trade in, as I believe in the first 3 to 5 minutes we will know what is going to happen for the next half an hour, and we'll have a clear shot of how to trade it. If you're not a professional trader, or your skills are not up to the par, then wait for the first 15 minutes and then you can go into the market. Now when you come to Banknifty on the support side, I believe it will break the support box and support today, and there's a high likelihood of that, and it might do that at the opening gap down itself. So if we gap down, it makes 35,800 to 35,940. Then the next support is 35,470 and then 35,150. The 35,150 will be a very important support for the bank Nifty to hold, as if it breaks that, it opens, or what do you call this, a fall on the longer time frames. It might bounce 1-2 days as we have been seeing, but in the longer time frames it will have more consecutive decline. So I expect today to be a very important trading session for the Nifty and Bank Nifty. Plus I expect this week as a whole to be very important in deciding the trend for the coming weeks, as we are at a point that if we hold this week, then we can be in for reversal to the upside. However, if we perform poorly this week, then we are in for further decline that will readjust everyone's portfolios further. Thank you for watching, and do like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell so that you are notified on the future videos which are going to be released.